rocket parked to our right.
And to see you floating there in space. And at this time, I'm going to hand it over to our colleagues, teachers with questions.
Hi, this is Lauren from Fort Worth Academy in Texas. What skills did you develop as a teacher that you continue to use now as an astronaut, or that make you a better astronaut?
Hey Lauren, there are so many skills that we develop as educators, as you all know, and there's so many. I would say being a good communicator, you've got to be a great communicator to be a great teacher. And up here on the space station, we're communicating with control centers around the world and with our crewmates. You got to be flexible, not stretching flexible, but able to adapt to different situations. As you know, when you're in the classroom, it almost never goes the way you planned, so you have to be able to adapt and think on your feet. And that's what we have to do up here pretty much every day on the space station. So being an educator, I think, is the perfect job leading into becoming an astronaut. Well, I think it's a pretty exciting time, and I think if I had to give somebody some advice, I might say be creative. If we're going to explore and go places we've never gone before, we need to think outside the box. We need to use every bit of creativity we have. Be passionate about what you do, because space exploration is not easy and it takes a long period of time, so you got to be patient. But if you love it, I think the rewards are going to be great, and it's just something in us that we need to do. So follow that dream and tell them to do it, and we need them to do it. So that's pretty exciting.
I'm not very good at singing songs, but here's a try.
Length of sticks. Trying to grab it on the side.
If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch,
Let it
you
go.
must
There
first
you go.
invent the universe. Space is filled with a network of wormholes. You might emerge somewhere else in space, somewhere else in time.
The sky calls to us. If we do not destroy ourselves, we will one day venture to the stars. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. The cosmos is full beyond measure. Elegant truths of exquisite interrelationships of the awesome machinery of nature.
I believe our future depends powerfully on how well we understand this cosmos, in which we float like a mote of dust in the morning sky.
The brain does much more than just recollect.
It intercompares, it synthesizes, it analyzes, it generates abstractions.
The simplest thought, like the concept of the number one, has an elaborate logical underpinning. The brain has its own language for testing the structure and consistency of the world. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. The sky calls to us. If we do not destroy ourselves, we will one day venture to the stars.
People have wondered about the universe. Did it stretch out forever, or was there a limit? From the Big Bang to black holes, from dark matter to a possible Big Crunch, our image of the universe today is full of strange sounding ideas.
How lucky we are to live in this time, the first moment in human history when we are, in fact, visiting other worlds. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. A still more glorious dawn awaits, not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise. A morning filled with 400 billion suns. The rising of the Milky Way. The surface of the Earth is the shore of the cosmic ocean. Recently, we've waded a little way up, and the water seems inviting.
We're all connected to each other biologically, to the earth chemically, to the rest of the universe atomically.
I think nature's imagination is so much greater than man's. He's never gonna let us relax, 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 relax.
We live in an in-between universe where things change alright, but according to patterns, rules, or as we call them, laws of
I'm
nature.
this guy standing on a planet. Really, I'm just a speck. I'm just a speck compared with a star. The planet is just another speck. To think about all of this, to think about the vast emptiness of space. Billions and billions of stars, billions and billions of specks.
The beauty of a living thing is not the atoms that go into it, but the way those atoms are put together. The cosmos is also within us. We're made of star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself.
Across the sea of space, the stars are other suns. We've traveled this way before, and there is much to be learned.
We're all connected to each other biologically, to the earth chemically, to the rest of the universe atomically.
I find it elevating and exhilarating to discover that we live in a universe which permits the evolution of molecular machines as intricate and subtle as we.
Delivery somewhere.
I know that the molecules in my body are traceable to phenomena in the cosmos. That makes me want to grab people in the street and say, have you heard this?
The beauty of a living thing is not the atoms that go into it, but the way those atoms are put together. The cosmos is also within us. We're made of star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself.
There's this tremendous mass of waves all over in space, which is the light bouncing around the room and going from one thing to the other. And it's all really there, really, really there. But you gotta stop and think about it, about the complexity to really get the pleasure. It's all really there, really, really there. The inconceivable nature of nature. To think about all of this, to think about the vast emptiness of space. Billions and billions of stars, billions and billions of specks.
The beauty of a living thing is not the atoms that go into it, but the way those atoms are put together. The cosmos is also within us. We're made of star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself.
Across the sea of space, the stars, our other sun. We have traveled this way before, and there is much to be learned